Hi, I'm Adam, the Fertility Advisor from Verdua Healthcare Consultancy in Malaysia. First of all, I want to thank you so much for your positive feedbacks and support. And I'm really glad that my videos are able to help you and inspire you along your fertility journey. Now, I've received many requests for me to share more cases based on your inquiries, so here's what I'm going to do from now on. When I receive your questions, I will filter them according to their specific topics. I will then select a relevant case and share the learnings with you. So today's topic is about recurrent miscarriage. Now, this young 30-year-old couple that were married for 5 years suffered this grief for 3 times. Her name is Miss Wong. She came to see us after a failed IUI cycle, and during the initial investigation, we found that Miss Wong's menstrual cycles were quite long, 35 days to 30 days. So she told us that she was running a family business and the load of stress was just unbearable. So within 2 years, both the husband and the wife's body condition went from not so good to even worse. They often had to skip meals, and sometimes they don't even get to drink 1 cup of water during the entire office hour. And because of all these unhealthy habits, both of them suffered serious inflammations along their urinary tract, the digestive systems, and even their reproductive organs were affected many times. So after 9 months of treatment, Miss Wong finally fell pregnant. And after years of marriage, I can still remember how happy they were during the time. But very unfortunately, this happiness was short-lived. Very short-lived, I have to say, because when they went for a regular checkup, the doctor told her that the baby couldn't, grow after the 6th week. So a surgical abortion was needed. And at the time, she kept on blaming herself. Was it because she was too focused on her work even during the pregnancy and didn't give the proper care needed to the baby? So that's why this tragedy happened. Now, not long after Miss Wong thought that she's got the hang of it, and within half a year, she fell pregnant again. She gave all the attention that she could ever give, okay? She stopped work completely just to get more rest. But still, after the 7th week, the baby just stopped growing like that. And so another abortion has to be done. The doctor told her that this is due to an unknown reason, and she just had to keep on trying, and maybe these were just bad luck. So I would say that Miss Wong was in a total shock at the time, to a stage whereby she's afraid to get pregnant. And because of this trauma, her entire reproductive system was in a mess. And after 2 years, fortunately I would say, after all this time, her family business was stabilized. And then her husband, Mr. Wong, decided to go for an IVF cycle. So the clinic was able to nurture 2 embryos, implanted 1, and 2 weeks later, Miss Wong scored a positive pregnancy test. So they thought that, IVF could help them, get over this, but unfortunately it didn't. The nightmare just simply repeated itself again. So before trying anything else, the doctor, ordered a very special genetic test for her. And during the time, this kind of genetic test was only at the prototype stage. So a consent was needed in order for the lab to carry out this test for her. But anyway, we didn't have to wait long. The report came back, and we were all surprised. Why? Because out of those 46 chromosomes that were tested, only 1 had a slight mutation. And because this slight mutation were passed on to the to the 3 babies before, so that's why they couldn't make it. So she came back to us and thanked us for help. But you see, since her case wasn't just any regular infertility case, but it's a genetic mutation. It's not something that medicine or surgery can cure. So she asked us, is there any hope for her to become a mum? Well, I would say there is hope, because on the 2nd cycle, we tried something new. We arranged something called a pre-implantation genetic screening for Miss Wong. And so this, or PGS, sorry, so PGS in short, from one of our panel clinics helped Ms. Wong to select the healthiest embryo with no genetic defect. So out of the 12 embryos, only 2 of them made it to the very end. You see, without this technology, it's just horrible imagining how many more miscarriages would Ms. Wong had to go through. So according to that last cycle, 2 out of 12, that means there's 83% chance that the doctor could have put in a mutated embryo into Ms. Wong, and Ms. Wong would have to suffer another miscarriage. But you see, here's another problem. How can you possibly know whether you need PGS or not? Should everyone who want to become parents do PGS, or should PGS be compulsory as a part of IVF? Now, if you've been paying attention, there was one prototype test that I mentioned before, and now fortunately it is available to the public. It's called the infertility genetic screening that can find out what's behind your fertility problem, and can even find out why you miscarry recurrently, so that you don't have to go down the same pathway that Ms. Wong did. You see, if this test was available to Ms. Wong, we could have advised her to go for PGS straight away the first time, so that she doesn't have to go through losing 3 babies. And finally, I just want to remind you that getting your body in shape is a must, regardless of which kind of fertility treatment you want to go for ultimately. Most importantly, you need to do the correct thing by finding out what is the root cause of your fertility problem, pinpoint out that problem. It will really save you a lot of tears, grief, and heartache. So I hope this video will give you some insights. So please refer to the description box below for more information about the infertility genetic screening package. Stay tuned for next week's video. Don't forget to click the like button to support us, and subscribe to our channel for the latest fertility news. And I'll see you next week.